about what?
Her dying.
Don't do that.
She don't come on till 9 o'clock tonight.
No, don't come on. It's on everybody.
8 o'clock.
Everybody.
8 o'clock tonight.
No.
Change the time.
Turn it down.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of yellow cats and skyscrapers. It's hard to get a start.
I ain't turn that up, man.
They can barely hear it. Like, they can barely hear when the music's going.
They can barely
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Banging to watch it go.
You told me to turn it down. You told me to turn it up. Why not?
Because I don't want to fight you. You got that right.
I'm gonna listen.
He got that point.
It's available to everybody that has stars. It's available at midnight.
Everybody's got time to pop up and pop in and watch it.
He got a point. You're losing the argument right now.
It's not my fault. Like, the only way I'm an asshole in this is if I have access that you don't. If I had, like, before it used to be Amazon Prime. If you had Amazon Prime, you got it earlier than people did. That was wrong. I go on Facebook and say RIP Lobos, RIP whoever.
Why though?
Because I can.
No, why do you really do it?
There's no rhyme or reason.
I think there is.
No, listen, because I feel like I watch this shit. You could have watched it instead of being on social media.
I got time to watch it. I didn't get back to my game until
Hollow tip stuff them in the clip, kiss niggas trip.
You want to sleep?
My cocaine endeavors give me corporate ties. I'm supposed to lose, watch me run against the odds. All I got is my word balls and my instinct. I'm trying to make it. We already made it, my friends think. We already on top. I got a bigger plan.
Shopping, I don't like shopping.
Substances or hand to hand. White collar visions.
You may not enjoy shopping, but you enjoy that.
Big risk.
I enjoy shopping for myself. I don't enjoy shopping for
Perfect
kids.
position. Watch me transition.
Enjoy it? It's a necessity. I don't think I enjoy it.
I think when you said what you said, you knew what you were doing.
I just didn't expect that everybody in this room to get the energy from over there.
I know you to.
I was waiting for that to come after.
You're like me in a sense. When I coach my players, I say things for them to get a rise out of them.
I keep getting bunny ears.
You ready to go?
I keep getting bunny ears on my head on this joint.
Oh my god.
On Facebook.
You get the joint, man.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, God.
I'm glad we didn't start officially yet, man.
Yeah, got me with bunny ears out here, man. Some pink joints, too.
You ready to go? You ready to go?
Did you just have them? We all had them.
It's still just me.
Oh, good.
Nah, they're off now.
Is it?
Are they off?
Yeah, that's
ready to go,
Facebook's delayed.
No, I'm still on, man. I see him. Now we're gone.
We're good.
You're delayed. That's all it does, man.
Back at it, man. Microphone check. Hey, this is the world's most popular barbecue talk, barbershop talk, man cave conversation. However you like it or dislike it, this is the heavyweight champ, a sports talk podcast. This is your Opinionated Facts. These are your hosts. I'm back in the building, B-Way. To my right, everybody's favorite Puerto Rican, everybody's favorite a-hole. And he's living up to it today.
That has a different meaning today.
He's living up to it today.
I'm not living up to nothing today. I just didn't, like, somebody had their Wheaties this morning.
There was a
post argument.
No, there was a post on the Opinionated Facts page from 9 years ago.
Oh, exactly.
And
that helps my argument.
We called Jack an a-hole.
No, I didn't. No, you didn't. All I said, I quote, and the thing is, my friends, they know me. Like, well, they don't like that. But if I'm quoting Joe, if I'm quoting Joe Budden, that means something's not good happening in my life. So if this is 2010,
know that?
Kind of. Joe Budden is not the go-to if you're on some positive. If you're going through some depressing stuff, you might quote Joe Budden. And the quote was, "Unfinished product. God is still working on me." Very simple, clear to the point. Who decides to comment on it first? To my right here, he's living up to the Donald Trump name. He says he's doing a horrible job.
That was a fact at the time.
I was depressed at the time. But you didn't know that. That's fine.
Did you call your friends and say, hey, I'm going through something?
I wanted to go to social media and
just, man, real friends call their friends when they're going through something.
Can't do social media, man. Can't run the social media. Nobody takes that seriously.
You're right.
I didn't take it seriously. If I knew you were suicidal at the time, I would never say
whoa, I didn't say suicidal. I just not feeling the best. I just, just if you want to air your thing out on social media, I mean, and not go to somebody like, hey, I'm not feeling so well. 2010 was a horrible year for me.
At the time when the post happened, I probably really felt that way. And then I stopped feeling that way for a while. But then when we came back in here today, I feel that way again. I feel like he's doing a terrible job with you.
He's doing I think God's doing a great job with me.
Okay.
Where I was at, let's say 5 years ago, to where I'm at today, my personal life.
I've never seen B-Way get. He was upset.
Well, that's the thing. It takes a lot, man. But
Go ahead and finish your. We'll go after you finish your. And then get the rest of his.
Mr. Jackson Ruiz is in the building.
Thank you.
To his right.
I don't have a black eye or anything, so I'm good. I'm good for that. Thank God.
To his right, we have the redhead assassin, the guy that gets it popping in the old head community, the Donald Trump of Sports Talk podcast, the last member of the Indian Red Tribe. Oh, that would have been appropriate of me. But Mr. Red is back in the building. How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great this morning.
And I was too, man. Got my blood pressure boiling now, though. I don't even know how. I don't even know.
Like, I had a flashback to my childhood, man. Like, I had another adult, like, just tell me to leave.
What's funny is
I felt like a kid again. And it's like, nah, man.
People, they don't know. All right, the background story. We're not going to give what Jack said because we'll give some stuff away on Power. Jack already watched Power.
As you could have, and you at home, you could have too.
Apparently, you can get it on the Stars app or wherever.
No, it's on anywhere.
So Jack already watched it. So he knew something that neither one of us knew walking in there. And we asked, do we want to talk about Power? Just
room full of people that didn't see Power yet.
No one's seen Power in this room but Jack.
That's not my fault.
Jack says something about Power that no one knew because we didn't watch it yet. Those that don't know Jack, he has a history of this.
Yes.
Boardwalk Empire was going to end. He watched the episode early.
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, no, I didn't.
And he was.
I Googled it just to spoil
in our group chat, everyone was told, don't speak on Boardwalk Empire because we all didn't see it yet. Well, Jack, he says some stuff. Chalky dies. Well, anyone that's invested, there are 9 seasons of, or however many seasons it was, into Boardwalk Empire. Of course, they're going to be mad about that. I mean, there's people that still don't want to talk to Jack this day because of that.
Well, they weren't my real friends.
Nah, you weren't their real friend.
You
can't blame them for being mad at you when you did something wrong.
Yeah, but people do wrong things. You evaluate it, you let them know about it, and you move forward in your relationship. Friendship.
So
B-Way was ready to tell Jack to go home. He
said it with a straight face, too, and like, I believe him. I thought violence was coming after
He said, yo, go home, man.
If you're not gonna have a good attitude, go home. And I thought about leaving, but I was like, I'm already here. I'm already invested.
You don't do that, man. We people invested 8 years.
Is that
6 years of their life in Power. 8 years.
Right.
And then you come in here.
Where you get 8 years from?
You just said 8.
No, I said 6. This is season 6.
But it might have been, all right, whatever. 6 years. We invested 6 years in the Power, and then you come in here and try to ruin it.
We're smart people. Like, if something ends last year on a certain note, like, she's not a superhero. She's gonna.
Yo, what we just talked about, man. There's
no spoiler. It's out there. Just because you didn't watch it doesn't mean it's a
spoiler.
spoiler.
Half the people.
This isn't a movie.
Half the people not watching Stars at 12 a.m. waiting for the new Power to drop like a kid on Christmas.
I'm a weirdo for that.
You're a grown man with responsibilities.
What responsibilities on a Saturday night?
Something.
Nothing.
Do something.
No.
Do something constructive.
Do something.
It's not constructive.
Do something constructive with your life.
I did something constructive the whole day, and I want to sit back and watch a show that I want to watch, and like everybody else has access to it. I'm allowed.
You also said that you weren't going to watch Power this season.
No, I'm invested in it. I laugh at like the show is ridiculous. Like he puts on a hoodie and he just becomes a serial killer. Like I don't. The show is dumb. He puts on a hoodie and he puts on gloves and he leaves no evidence, and it's a dumbass show. But I'm invested. My wife enjoys it. I watch it for her.
The first couple seasons of Power were campus.
Great, and now it's slowly declined. But it's fine because that's the point. A lot of shows do that to you, where you invest your time and you watch it out of guilt because you invested 5-6 years into it. A psycho would just stop watching it.
Well,
but there's no there's no turning back. Is it the greatest written show at this point? No. And you're going to say that once you watch the episode. This episode wasn't that too far-fetched. It went along with it, and I thought they're going to be lazy and drag it out through the whole season, but they got straight to the point. They changed the theme song. Is that that bothered me. But I don't know. I can't think of any other show that 6 years in is going to change the theme song. Iconic theme song at that. So that bothered me, and here I am.
I found that out. I didn't want to know that either. I wanted to see Power kick on tonight and be just as surprised as you were not to hear the theme song. And now,
but you didn't hear it yet.
It don't matter.
No.
I'm not going to be surprised. It's different now because you ruined that surprise for me.
Hold on. A next level a-hole would have played the theme song for you.
No,
I didn't play it yet.
No, you can't be any more of an asshole. Like, what do you mean? You can play the song now. I'm like, oh,
no,
okay.
You didn't hear it.
I already know it's not. I know it's the song "The Power" when you put it on now.
You're not gonna hear it.
I know it's the same,
but it's not the same as me playing it. That's me being.
You have.
It's a talent, man.
I'm about to say an uncanny ability to just.
I get a reaction out of you. You're the last person, man.
We thought you were past this stuff.
It's not being past it. Like it's. Everybody has access to it, whether you watch it or not. We all get the get the same 24 hours in a day.
Knowing what you know,
knowing what I know is
meaning
not.
You know we didn't see it.
No, I didn't. When I said it, no, he was in the middle of saying something, and I said, it was kind of like a reaction. I kind of assumed y'all watched it already. I didn't wait till you said, "Hey, I didn't watch it." Oh, this happened. I didn't do that.
I don't.
Nobody if it comes on at midnight, if you want to stay up and watch it, you watch it. If you don't. You gotta deal with the consequences. Like this whole,
there ain't no consequences.
This whole people a week after a movie comes out, if you go online and somebody quote unquote spoils it for you, that's on you. That's not on me.
The show comes on at
midnight.
9 o'clock.
It comes on at midnight
on Stars.
Comes on. It's always been like that.
They've been nice enough.
They've always released it early.
Yeah, but the original scheduled time is 9 o'clock. You can't spoil it before the regular show. What if I don't have? What if I don't have on demand?
That's not my problem.
No, but you telling the story is your problem.
That's the point. You're leaving this out the story. I didn't wait for you to tell me you didn't watch it. We set something up. We talking about what song we want to lead in with. You said, "Hey, why don't we lead in with Power?" Natural reaction by me is to be like, "This happened," and I'm being a nice guy right now because I'm not saying it on air, and I could. But what's gonna happen to me? You gonna fight? We gonna fight?
It might fight. It might be the first. Might be the first fight on TCP. It might be the first fight on TCP.
Whatever thing. I appreciate. We appreciate the views and whatnot, but it's not. I didn't do it purposefully. Like I thought, hey, maybe you don't have on demand. I'm assuming everybody does or has an. Then that's not an asshole problem. That's just me assuming you.
I have on demand. I didn't watch it.
I'm not a wealthy person.
Why did I watch it though? You asked? Is that what you asked me?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
You were the only person in this room that actually watched it.
But
you knew that, though.
I'm not the exception. There's a lot of people that are. The show is what it is because people.
Did you or did you not know we didn't watch? You knew.
No, I didn't. Not when I said that.
Did you assume?
No, this is this is a back and forth conversation.
Did you honestly think we watched it?
Yeah.
How do you think that? Crap. Before you always put out that disclaimer. Did you watch it yet?
No.
Yeah, because you know don't come
this
on
ain't
at 8
a
o'clock
movie
tonight.
that you have to go to a movie theater to watch and you have to work your schedule around. This is a show that all you have to do is sit down on your couch and turn on the TV and it's there, and you have the same access to it. That's like I don't understand that part of it, and I seriously didn't say it with the intent to get you all riled up on a Sunday morning.
You did a terrible job.
Sunday afternoon. But you know that. But you guys want to take this and present it to the public one way, when in reality this is just me talking to my friends thinking, damn, I had a full day yesterday and I still sat down and watched it at midnight.
What if we had a full night? We had a full night.
That's not. But that's not
a football game. I had a birthday party. Like it was.
Yeah, it was a tough night, man.
I apologize.
Tough night to get to.
And you guys are getting sensitive in your old age, man. This is not the B-Way I grew up with. B-Way, it gets so much of a reaction. You're sensitive.
Look, you the problem now.
Your whole.
I'm the problem. Like,
you're the problem, B.
I'm
still I'm traumatized now. And I'm sitting here like I'm just I'm evaluating what happened.
I'm traumatized. I can't even go and watch the show now.
You know what's funny?
No, come on. Like, you know what's funny?
Like, I knew you were mad, and Dixon kept looking over like this. I'm like, he don't know what's about to happen. I didn't know about that, but you were mad for real.
Because you don't do that to people, man. And he has a history of doing it. That's what makes it mad. Like, people are still mad.
Did I post it on Facebook?
I mean, people are still mad about
I'd rather you have posted it on Facebook.
No, because
there's a chance if you posted it on Facebook, I wouldn't have seen it.
But that's not the point. That's the intent. Your intent. When
I was mad about.
Oh, 50. When Kanan died. I posted it on Facebook. That's the thing. That's the last time people got upset. I went. It aired at midnight.
See history.
R.I.P. Kanan. Horrible way to go out. And people got upset. People got upset about that.
I thought it was a great way to go out for him. I didn't expect it any other way. Like that.
No, whatever. It was just a dumbass post. That was some people got riled up about it. I got phone calls about this.
Why do you take pride?
It's not pride. This situation wasn't pride. This was me assuming. And I if you want an apology, I'll give you an apology. I don't mean it, but I'm gonna give you an apology. And
I don't want an apology. You don't mean?
Still kind of means something.
I'm
kind of sorry about it.
It's terrible, man. We're moving on. You're as bad as freaking. You're just as bad as Andrew Luck.
Jeez.
There you go. You entitled fan. You entitled fan. You thinking everybody has to sit till 9? I work tonight. How about that? I had to watch it at midnight.
You deserve all work tonight. You deserve all the work. I hope it's hard.
It's very easy. I sit in my office and I have to do paperwork.
I hope the system crashes.
Nah.
And
the system crashes. I can't do nothing about it.
I don't care. You deserve everything that is hard tonight.
Okay.
Pause. Wow.
Pause. There we go. Okay. I'm a grown man. I told you I don't got to pause. Pause. I'm a grown man. With 2 kids, I ain't got no pausing to worry about. I ain't got time to pause.
You got time to pause?
No.
Somebody that needs to pause would say that.
Bottom line is,
Oh man.
Bottom line is, what do you think about the sucker move that Andrew Luck just pulled?
Don't do that.
Don't do that. This is
sucker move.
This is what it is. What it is, man. At this point, like we don't.
At least
know
he went out there and tried. Sorry, go ahead.
What the last 4 years have been for Andrew Luck, and he's leaving a lot of money on the table. You could say he's made $90 something million, and he's gonna have to pay some of that back to the Colts.
Nah, Colts said he could keep it. They just
Okay. Well, that was an option, but he's leaving a lot of money on the table, and your mental health is more important than all that. So, if it gets to the point where it's not fun anymore, like who are we? We're not Colts fans, but if I was, you're upset in the moment. If I'm at like they booed him last night, like it was just a weird, like kudos to him for facing it. Like he could have just sat at home and sent out a memo and I'm retiring and go live off the grid, and he never has to face the media. A lot of guys do that. Like Barry Sanders retired at 30, and he didn't. Different era. There was no social media back then, and.
Did he have a press conference last night?
He did. It wasn't planned. It was supposed to be today, but Adam Schefter broke it, and I guess he kind of just felt like, I'm here, the media's here, let's just get it over with. I mean, he got emotional. You can tell he's one of those guys. He lives for football. Like he's a gym rat, and that's all he does. But when your body's like, I can't do it anymore. I mean, hell of a year last year. Comeback player of the year, whatever. Career high in passing yards. But his body was just not cooperating, and it's just like the ankle and the calf injury, I think, kind of like freaked him out, where like everything is rehab, and like it's just.
I mean, he's free to do whatever he wants. He gets paid to play a game.
To call him soft or like it's just a lot. People feel entitled that because they pay their money, that they're entitled. Like it's like. Martellus Bennett put out a tweet today. He's like, us football players, like, we're not humans to people. He's like, people take a week off for a cold from their job, but people, they gotta do what's best for them. And
I thought it was in poor taste though of the fans, the boo walking out.
It is, but it's just like they said, they don't look at them as like your job. If you're sick, you don't go to work. And people don't look at it like it's a game, and they feel like because they pay their hard-earned money that they can say and do whatever, and there's no consequences for it, because you're not literally booing to his face. It's just a group of people, and one person boos, the next person starts booing, and next thing you know,
I understand why they were booing. They think he's giving up on the team. Oh, he has an ankle and calf injury. It's not like he had several concussions. I mean,
I think he had one on record.
They think he's 29. They think in their mind he can still play. He's young. He can still. It ain't like he's Zeke Elliott. He's just not showing up to the Cowboys camp. I mean, I could get the fans booing him off the field because he just decided not to play. He's still getting paid and decided not to play. Andrew Luck, he's going through whatever he's going through mentally. I think at some point he comes back. But I think he was just tired of the daily grind, having to show up every day, having to get in that ice water tub every day.
I think training camp is hard. Training camp is hard for everybody, mentally, physically, and Like, you don't make rational decisions. Maybe he wanted to retire. Maybe it's something he thought about. Why not go through the season and then retire at the end? Now, some people say if you're not all in, then yeah, you shouldn't do it. But like at this point, they invested in you. Like
the timing is horrible, and I give that part to the front office, and they're gonna have to roll with Brissett, or they make a trade, bring somebody in. But like the timing is horrible.
They hire Cap. Did they give Cap a job? No.
I don't know. I mean, outside of Jacoby Brissett, I don't know what their quarterback situation is, and sounds like the perfect situation, but
there's no way Colin Kaepernick is getting signed in Indiana.
You're right.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, but people are gonna call for it.
And like your guy shared that tweet earlier, talking about inhuman, like an NFL player, buddy. None of us can go to work and retire on site.
Not retire per se, but it's just if you had $1 million, that's the point. Like you're at the end of the day, he's a person just like us, and it became too much.
It's funny you said that.
They separate themselves, really. Not really.
The money separates them.
We had this argument on the phone the other day.
Okay.
Remember that?
No.
You don't remember?
I don't.
We had this conversation about if they would choose to live like us, they could play 1 year and retire. You said, man, you don't know what their life's like. They got kids and they got to maintain their way of living. And I said they could just live regular and not have to work again.
You were comparing yourself to you were saying that Eric Reed don't have to play in the NFL.
He doesn't. It's a choice.
It is a choice, but it's the most feasible way for him to provide for his family right now.
Could he not live like...
I'm not knocking any black man getting paid.
Budget his money and not have to work again.
Or he couldn't work and do what he's great at doing.
Exactly. My point was, he's not giving up his job for Kaepernick. But he wants other people to give up jobs for Kaepernick.
No, he's not asking that.
No?
That's not Jay-Z's job. That's what he's not asking. That's not Jay-Z's job.
Remove the fact that Jay-Z's already a billionaire. Remove that portion of it.
Then the whole scenario changes.
No, because he got to live like a billionaire, right? That's what we're saying. We're saying Jay can't retire because he's got a family, he's got kids to raise, right? That's what we're saying. You're saying about
I'm not saying. Don't put that out there. I didn't say that.
That's what you're saying about Eric Reed.
No, what I'm saying is Eric Reed has to provide for his family.
So does Jay-Z.
But this is not Jay-Z's main source of income.
It is now.
No, it's not.
That's
No.
not his main source.
No.
It won't be.
No, he's putting this in purple.
Don't do that.
In Purple's piggy bank. What's her name?
Blue.
Wow.
Blue, black, orange. It's going to her piggy bank.
See, the one thing you can't do is disrespect someone's kid. You know that.
I didn't disrespect her.
The fact
Beautiful little girl.
You're going to call her all kinds of different colors is wrong.
That is not disrespect.
No?
That is kind of disrespectful. Yeah.
Why is nothing you do disrespectful?
I think disrespect has to come from a disrespectful place.
You knew her name wasn't Purple. That's why you asked when you said Purple. What's her name?
I didn't know it was blue either. So I went for the.
Damn sure they knew it was. You knew
I
it
went
was
for the
blue.
audience.
You knew
it was blue before you said black or yellow.
I went for the smile on people's faces. I didn't know it was blue.
Oh,
it slipped my mind.
So if there's humor behind it, it's okay.
It's not disrespectful.
It's still.
You got a lot of Eric Reed in you.
I apologize, ho, man.
You maintain a constant state of anger when we talk about this.
You should too.
No, why?
If your people weren't
my
suppressed
people
for 400 years, you should have a little. You should have bothered by it.
Me.
He said that. He said it on camera. Yes. But we're not going nowhere. He said it, man. That's why we call him a Down Temple Sports Talk podcast.
It was a joke.
People.
Remember, it didn't come from a disrespectful place. There was no disrespect behind that.
It was not the same. It's not the same.
I was just going off what Kanye said. Jay still talked to Kanye. He didn't leave his brother just because they have a disagreement. They don't agree with something.
They probably don't talk as much.
So
you ever say what he said in the song? Don't Michael and Prince me and Ye.
So is there a place for the shenanigans that Eric Reed pulled in last week's preseason game?
No,
there isn't.
For
our listeners that are
he
viewers,
should be fired.
Get the facts.
Him and Ben Watson got into a back and forth on Twitter of all places.
Blue Ivy is her name. Blue Ivy. Y'all didn't say Ivy. Y'all just said Blue.
I said Ivy.
Go ahead, Jack.
Ivy's a middle name.
I apologize, Blue Ivy, man. Beautiful little girl.
Her name is Blue. Her first name is just Blue.
Basically, Eric Reed.
Blue Ivy. Hold on. We keep cutting Jack off.
No, he can hold on. Her middle name is Ivy. Her first real name is Blue.
How do you know the middle name?
Great.
I'm a fan.
Blue Ivy Carter.
Great content here.
No, it might be Blue Ivy something Carter.
No.
Carter
Blue Ivy,
Carter.
like whatever the hell your middle name is.
I think Blue Ivy's first name.
It's not.
No, Blues.
They gave her Ivy because their
All right,
favorite number's
keep talking.
4, so the I and the
Go
V
back.
and the Y.
Go back, Jack. I'm looking it up right now.
He clearly don't know what's going on.
Blue Ivy Carter. But regardless, Eric Reed.
Is she Wikipediable?
I don't think she has a Wikipedia.
She's fine. You gotta be.
She has.
Shout out to Hov, man. You got
she
a
has actual songs
5-year-old
out, man. Like
Wikipedia?
I don't know. You know, Jay don't allow much things on the internet.
I'm about to find out. Go ahead, Jack. Keep giving the rundown.
I forgot what I was trying to give a rundown on.
We're giving a rundown on Eric Reed. And what
Oh,
he did in
Eric
the
Reed
game.
decided that, Eric Reed and Ben Watson had a back and forth on Twitter about, I could pull up the tweet, but like basically, Eric Reed is making this movement about himself in Kaepernick as opposed to Ben Watson disagreed and said that the movement doesn't belong to anybody. And in his tweets, they pointed out Malcolm Jenkins himself, that they've been doing things to try to, the Players Coalition trying to move the movement and trying to focus on certain aspects of it that the money went to or is going to. And the Patriots played Carolina this past week, and simple play. Ben Watson gets tackled, goes to the ground. Eric Reed comes in, feels like a whole 20 minutes later, but comes in late, puts his shoulder into him.
Wasn't that late? It was like 20
It was
minutes.
late.
No, it
In
was
football
late.
time, it was like 20 minutes later.
Very,
man.
very late.
No,
Very late.
He hit the ground. He bounced. By the time he was on that second, about to bounce again.
He
Eric
had
Reed
already
came in
bounced,
and
but
hit
he
him.
was already stopped moving.
No. It was definitely a bounce.
Eric Reed
Boom.
came in with the shoulder and put it into his
think
his chin.
Eric Reed came in on the second bounce.
He was coming up to get back up. Like that's how late this
Yeah,
was.
this was late. This felt
Yo,
like
he was
the-
lifting his head to
was.
come back up to get up.
And Ben Watson left the game with a concussion, and it just doesn't look good because football is a tough enough sport already. When you add the extra stuff to it, it's in bad taste, and you're fighting for the greater good. As Eric Reed, you're fighting for a greater good. You talk about systemic oppression, and you take out your beef over tweets with a late hit that causes an injury. So who knows how long? Because everybody reacts different to concussions or whatever. Like, who knows how long Ben Watson will be out? Like, I feel like Eric Reed should be out for the same time. But that's just me. Like,
Garbage.
when dirty hits, like, I get it. Football's
He should be out of
hard.
the league.
Football is hard. Not out the league. But, like, he should get a good
Yeah,
better than 1 game suspension if he gets anything at all. Because there's no place for it, man. And when you already have that target on your back, it just doesn't look good. So,
What I didn't like at the end was after the game when he was asked about it. You gonna do some stuff like that. You guys just made up and say, yeah, I did it, But he did it, and then when asked about it, he said, yeah, I didn't think it was late, but Ron, which is the head coach of Carolina, said it was late. He said, I believe him, but I gotta watch the tape.
Right.
He knows damn well it was late.
I didn't think it was that late.
it was late. No, it's just
The fact that you said you didn't know, you didn't
With
think
the history
it was that
between
late, but you know it was late then.
Yeah, but it
And
wasn't like.
it was on purpose.
See, I don't think that was the guy. I
He had
don't think it
malice
was
intent.
like
He had malice intent when he did it.
it's the guy that was beefing with me on Twitter all week. Oh, I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was
That's
that.
how he plays.
How do you know?
He said it last year when he got into it with Malcolm Jenkins.
And a dirty hit on Wentz.
Yes.
Yeah. So he like, I have a history of doing certain things. Eric Reed is starting to have a history of doing certain things. And was it going to take a season-ending injury for somebody, or is that what it's going to take for it to finally hit to be like, oh, this guy is out here doing the most?
He's a loose cannon.
Yeah, that's a good term for him.
He's not a loose cannon. He's very knowledgeable about what he's doing.
No one said he was
Football-
stupid.
That's even worse.
No one said he was stupid.
That's even worse. When football, like I said, football's hard enough. If you go out there willingly trying to injure somebody, there's no place for you.
He knows better.
But if we say that, then we're bringing in everything else. So it's like,
He mad at everybody else, but he won't be mad at himself for taking the job out of the league. I think he starts with. I think they got to start with him. He got a lot of self-hatred. He's like, damn, I'm still in the league. He knows he should. If he feels that strongly about what's going on, him and Kenny Stills, then how about they boycott the NFL too? They're going to leave it up to us. Oh, y'all can't watch, but we can play.
McMillan.
It don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That's their job. And why are you knocking somebody's hustle?
I'm not knocking their hustle.
Why are you in somebody else's
His
pocket?
hustle is Kaepernick. That's his hustle.
It's not his hustle. His
He
hustle
jumped
is
on that
NFL.
bandwagon. He wants to become the face of it. All he does is talk about it. When he has a press conference, all he does is talk about it.
They
But he don't
ask
do
him.
nothing.
They ask him about
What
it.
has he done?
What do you mean? What has he done?
Name one thing he's done besides kneel.
He's a starting free safety for the.
No, listen to what I'm asking you.
For the community.
Listen to what I'm asking you. What has he done besides kneel?
He brought awareness to.
What has he done besides kneel? We know kneeling brought the awareness. Is what I'm saying to you.
What has he done?
What has he done?
Eric Reed?
Yes.
That's big enough.
Wow.
It's not big enough. You see Malcolm Jenkins out in the community doing things.
And Eric Reed's not out in the community?
I don't know.
How do you know Malcolm Jenkins is? Because you are an Eagles fan.
No.
And you pay attention because
we seen what he did.
I know. You see him donate a couple dollars.
We see what he did.
No, I see Ben Watson out there.
No, we see him build out.
I'm not a Patriots
Eric
fan.
Reed's out there.
It's not that I don't think so. It's just I don't see it. And
all right, well, you can't knock on what you don't see. You only got 2 eyes.
You were knocking Jay-Z, and you don't see what's gonna happen with that.
I'm not knocking Jay. I'm saying that he didn't need it. His platform is bigger without the NFL.
We live in a very visual society nowadays. So like you knock what you don't see. Like it feels like it's somebody like I could tell you that the window's broken. How many times can I tell you that window's broken before you don't want to hear it no more? The window's broken, B.
You can tell me every day.
I can tell you, but I'm not fixing it. I'm just gonna come in here every day. I'm gonna tell you that window's broken. That's horrible. That window's broken. I'm not gonna do anything about it, but that window's broken.
You don't think he is a?
It's not. I just don't know.
You don't think he's doing anything?
I don't know.
So you rather him be quiet? What's that gonna do?
I want action. That's
What's
what
the
Jay
action
is
gonna
doing.
make?
You're in the community. You're bringing money to
He's
certain people.
in the community.
I don't see it.
You don't see Jay in the community?
We're not talking about Jay. We're talking about NFL players.
Jay probably
he feels entitled to. He
time.
wants to be the face of the movement. Be the face of the. When you have guys like just to use Malcolm Jenkins, Ben Watson, who's out you see it. You see it. They don't publicize it, but other people do.
That's the point. Out too.
If he is, he is. I apologize, but it's just I feel like he's a lot of talk. And like Kenny Stills.
You know why it's a lot of talk? You know why you hear it's a lot of talk?
Why?
Because he's talking about it.
Right.
And nobody else is.
Talk don't pay the bills, man.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It got him back in the league.
Money pays the bills. Money.
And that's what he's trying to do. Y'all trying to knock him for that.
Money helps people that are in situations in certain in the community get
money,
ahead. And
money being donated to Trayvon Martin's parents ain't gonna bring Trayvon back.
But it's gonna help the next Trayvon not happen. Kneeling's not gonna do nothing.
No, giving money to them is not. Bring awareness to the situation.
Kneeling was just to bring the awareness. We have that now. We have it. Everyone has it.
I think that awareness helps.
Where are we going?
That awareness led to the body camera.
What is he going to do?
Awareness led to the body camera.
That's a great thing. That's why I said everyone's aware now. What has he done since?
Designing halftime
Besides
shows.
wearing
Designing
a black
halftime shows
Kaepernick
is not going
jersey
to do anything.
at all his press conferences. He stands with Cap. How the hell is he standing with Cap? Cap ain't even standing in the locker room.
It's two separate.
He can't stand with Cap if they're standing in 2 different places.
It's 2 separate issues. Like,
they're right. Kaepernick having a job is another issue. It's a different issue than him taking a knee.
Bringing awareness to that's what Cap's initial kneel was for. And Eric Reed.
That's great. That's great.
They did that. They had no idea that Cap was going to get blackballed when they did that.
Kaepernick did that. Eric Reed decided to hop on it.
Listen, they had no idea that they was going to blackball somebody for doing that. What was that? Because they put people in the league that have raped people, that have committed drug crimes, that committed terrible things. All Cap did was kneel for social justice.
Okay. Here's the kicker, right? Okay,
I get it. Hold on. But he's not allowed in the league. But racists can play. But rapists can play.
We're not doing this. Here's the point. Like, if the Broncos offer you a contract and you feel it's not what you should be making, did the Broncos not offer you a contract? It doesn't matter. Like, if the money's not if the money's not right to your standards, that you don't have a job. The Broncos offered you.
You know what?
You know what else is garbage?
He's exactly right.
No, hold on,
right. Because if I'm a teacher,
you know what else is garbage? Like, so Broncos offer you a contract. I don't know what the details were, but it's a fact. The Broncos offered you a contract.
He was getting the veteran minimum.
So the Broncos offered you a contract. That's a job. Ravens about to sign you. Your girlfriend goes on her platform and posts a picture from what's the movie? Django. You're basically calling the owner a slave owner, and Ray Lewis is a slave.
I'm not signing you after that.
I'm not signing you after that.
That's one team.
That's 2 teams.
2 teams.
2 opportunities.
Well, no, I'm not counting the Broncos.
And one, he turned.
The Broncos offered you a job.
Let's go 3.
If it's just about a job.
Let's go 3 teams.
It's not about a job. It's about knowing your worth.
Let's go 3 teams.
Earn your worth.
Because when he was with San Francisco, he opted out of his own contract.
Right, because he thought he was going to cash out.
He should have.
No.
He was making $17 million that season.
And he just led his team to the
How
Super Bowl
many guys
2 years before
signed
that.
veteran minimum?
And he also has won how many games out of the last 19 games he played?
Well,
3.
No.
3.
I
He
can
is
look that
3
up.
and 16.
That's Googleable.
Yeah, Google it.
That's Googleable.
How many guys?
3 and 16 in the last 19 games.
How many guys get hurt?
We all know if you're not winning, you're not playing in this league.
Unfortunately, have to sign veteran minimums to get their foot back in the door and be like, you know what, I am worth this. You sign that 1-year deal, you go out and kill with the Broncos.
You're not Googling?
And
I'll have another point here.
Go ahead.
You kill with the Broncos, then you cash out again because you're worth it.
So if you didn't have your job, Red, and the same company offered you the same amount that they would offer the first-year guy who does what you do. After you done did what you did already.
It's very possible that could happen because I'm in a union.
So, would you take it is the question.
Yeah.
It's not about being possible. You're going to go find a job that pays you what
if
you're
I think
used to
I could
making.
potentially not be able to feed my family, absolutely. Because Nike ain't going to sign me. I'm just a regular person.
No, but that's not the only job in America. You can go find a job.
This is the only
He
professional
found Nike and
football
everything
league
else
that pays
that
what
is
they
looking
pay.
out for him, thank
The
goodness.
pride issue with Kaepernick at that time.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a pride issue with me. It'd be about my family first. Everything
That's
else.
BS.
Second.
All the family in the world, if the teacher job offered me today less money than I'm worth after teaching for the last 12 years, and you offer me first year money, no, I'm not taking
You
it.
didn't have no teaching job at all.
No,
In fact,
let's say you've
been out of teaching for a year. You had no other job. Let's say you had no job at all. You've been out of teaching for a year, and they offer you a teaching job at Christian Country Day and say, hey, we only got $45,000 for you to start.
No.
You're not saying no. You just sat out for a year. You're already struggling at home.
And you're coming with baggage on top of that.
That's the thing.
Veteran
what
minimum.
baggage? I took a knee for social
no,
injustice.
Yeah,
that's baggage?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they signed a rapist 2 years ago that got paid $30 million. That's not baggage. I took a knee.
You know why Mike Vick got a job when he came straight out of jail? You know why?
For the veteran minimum.
For the veteran minimum. And he came in as a back, like, no pride, no. He came in and he looked at that situation.
It was a little more than the veteran minimum.
What did you say that sentence again? Do you know
why Michael Vick got a job straight out of prison?
Boom.
You know why?
Stop
you know
it.
Why?
Stop.
No.
Prison.
No.
Jail.
Yeah.
Dog fighting.
No, he served his time.
Illegal.
He served his time.
Yes, he did, but he came out. That's baggage.
You know how he got a job?
You know why he got a job?
Not enough people cared.
No, it's not about
dogs.
caring. It's not about caring. He wasn't he's a once in a lifetime type of talent. So when you're when you're average at best, like let's say at Kaepernick, and you're coming off an injury, this is the business.
He's not average. He wasn't average. He was above average quarterback.
At this point.
Google that.
At that point.
Google
no, back then he wasn't.
At that point.
Google his record.
That year before he was hurt, right? I think he had the shoulder injury.
Yeah.
This is a business. I'm not paying you for what you did 2-3 years ago.
That's garbage.
It's not garbage.
It is. Carson Wentz missed the last two years just about.
He was an MVP he was an MVP 2 years ago.
He didn't take his team to the Super Bowl.
But he was an MVP.
Nick Foles did.
He was an MVP.
Nick Foles took his team to the Super Bowl and got a bag after that.
Okay.
He deserves
As he should. Okay. But
he deserved it and Cap don't?
He won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl. He didn't get the bag until after he won the Super Bowl.
He led his team to the Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl.
And got a bag.
Has Kaepernick won a Super Bowl?
He took his team to the Super Bowl.
I love Kaepernick.
No, you don't. Don't say that.
I love Kaepernick.
You publicly hate him.
I publicly said he's good for the world.
Tripping, man. I told you I didn't have a lot of sleep last night, and then you guys come here talking dumb.
Because you don't agree our opinion is dumb?
All I'm saying is you're paid. Like you said, you want to get paid. You want to get paid with your worth, right? Get paid with your worth. So at this point,
he didn't go to jail. He didn't fight dogs. Why?
I'm saying people are gonna pay you what you're worth based on your talent. And at that point, he's coming off an injury. I'm not gonna break the bank on somebody, let alone somebody that comes with baggage.
What baggage?
Like the name Kaepernick.
You still didn't explain the baggage.
We're making this argument about Cat, though. The argument was about Reed. Eric Reed was the issue.
No, but
and his
it turned
constant
into Kaepernick because he acted like he hasn't had
his constant disagreement with anybody else trying to help with this movement. Anyone that has an opinion about the whole movement, he has an issue with. It's like if you don't agree with what he's doing and exactly how he's doing it,
speaking of agreeing,
he has an issue with that.
And
that is the craziest thing.
Do you agree with what Marcellus Wiley said?
No, Marcellus is an idiot.
Marcellus is an idiot?
Idiot too.
He's not an idiot.
Okay, for our listeners, for our listeners that aren't aware, Marcellus Wiley's a former NFL player. He's on Fox Sports.
He's black.
Yeah, he's black. He played for the Chargers. Hey, he had a real good career. I think 10+ years. Well, he has a show with Jason Whitlock, who's not, I'm not a fan of Jason Whitlock, but the topic of Kaepernick came up, and it was somehow, some way, Wiley turned it into, because he's half black, half white, that he doesn't really fully feel the weight of what he's fighting for. So, and he made a lot of good points in that. You might disagree with what he says as a whole, because I feel, there's been a lot of people in our history that weren't full black, fighting for the cause. But what he said was that at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, what was Kaepernick doing? Taking his shirt off, not really speaking on social subjects, while Jay-Z's and Ferguson bailing people out and doing a part of the movement. So it's a question about whether he didn't really become a part of it till he got benched and he met his girlfriend, and that's when he started kneeling. Really? Does that take away from it? No, by all means. I'm not. Some of the things that Marcellus Wiley said, I agree with. Some of it I didn't, but that's who I am and that's what I believe in. But do you agree with it, or is it like completely wrong, completely right? Like where do you guys stand on that?
Want me to go?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, since you called him, I think you called him an idiot.
He is an idiot.
Okay.
All right, so...
He said something you don't agree with.
No, you don't agree with nothing at all that he said? Let's go with that. It's completely wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
He's talking about 2013. And you're comparing him to Jay-Z. We're not... first of all, we shouldn't be pitting...
No, that's wrong.
These black folks who are all fighting for the same thing against each other. That's what they want us to do.
That's what Reed is doing now. That's what Reed is doing to us. This is the reason why we're in this debate right now, because of Reed.
No.
Absolutely.
No. Reed,
you're on Reed's side, and we're not necessarily on Reed's side. We're kind of more a Wiley, a Roc Nation type of people.
You guys are saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying nobody's wrong. I'm saying that there's ways to still do these things. So like Wiley says in 2013, blah, 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 he was running around with a shirt, and that was Kaepernick's third year in the league, on a rookie contract, drafted in the 3rd or 4th round.
I didn't realize we were giving out excuses.
How much? That's not an excuse.
Please.
No, that's not. What are you focused on when you're a 4th round pick?
So it's okay to focus. I don't think he's a 4th round pick. I don't know off top, but I think he's higher than that. But that's neither here nor there. That is Googleable. Yeah.
Googleable.
But it's just it takes away from what, like, you wait until you're benched, and then that's when all these social issues come to light.
That's not true, because he was sitting down on the bench way before they even brought him.
No, I don't think he did it for that reason. I think Cap did it because I think he really feels and believes those things. They are happening. Cap is right in how he went about it. I don't think he's wrong for taking a knee. I don't think he's wrong for doing it the way he saw fit. I think Eric Reed is wrong. I think them being upset with people for trying to help what they were trying to bring awareness to is wrong. Cap he hasn't really said that. He just said he stands with his brothers, or thanks his brothers for standing with him. That's great. He should. They've been with him the entire time. Those are his boys. He's got to ride with them. But Eric Reed and Kenny Stills Kenny Stills and Eric Reed should not be saying the things that they were saying just because Roc Nation or Wiley don't agree with how they're going about it.
Kenny Stills only said he only came at his
Kenny Stills' head coach played Jay-Z.
No, he had a great
in practice to get in Kenny Stills' head.
Salute.
He challenged him. No, and
salute to that Miami Dolphins coach too.
The subject,
yes, Flores he seems like a pretty.
I don't know if you guys caught his press conference after their game, where he was talking about that their movement, like he commended each player, like the movement. I've lived through it. I think he lived in New York or grew up in New York when the stop and frisk was going on, and he's like, and he went on, and it was a real good speech about it. But it's just, I just meant the whole Kaepernick issue about him not being black completely, and
like you gotta be black.
Yeah, that was an asshole thing for him to say.
That's dumb.
I mean, why should have said what he want to say without saying that portion of it? Because
I mean, you got to say everything he says, because you can't just pick and choose.
Because, like, I mean, J. Cole, he was raised by a white woman. He didn't really know his dad growing up, and he's for the people.
We can't fight it with just black people.
He's always talking about
this movement can't be done with just black folks. Like, we need white folks on our side for this movement to happen.
I think we need everybody. It ain't white, black, everybody.
Well, injustice is injustice. Like, yes, we should have everybody. But it definitely can't be just black folks. And we need white. No, like you said, we need everybody. Cool, yes, that's right.
Yeah, we need everybody.
No, we need white people.
We need everybody.
We need white people on our side.
We're not the only, despite what we may think, we're not the only ones that have been treated unfairly by white people
said that
or
last
cops
week.
or anyone.
Like, we said that
There's
last
been
week.
other people that have been mistreated by them, not just us. I mean, there's other minorities.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Other minority groups.
I'm not saying that. Don't say that I'm saying that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is injustice is injustice, and everybody has to stand up for when something is wrong. It can't just be like this certain group here is standing up because this is wrong to them. It has to be everybody see this is wrong, and we have to stand up together and fight it. So it can't just be a one race thing. Marcellus Wiley, you get sit down and be humble award for that.
No, you can't just give my award out.
Yeah, man, you sound an idiot.
You can't just give my award out, and it wouldn't go to him anyway.
Well, it should.
He said some bad things that I didn't agree with, but he also said some good things that I agree with.
You can't follow up good things with dumb things.
Yes, you
That's
can.
not true.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
No, your platform's too big.
No,
If you're talking to the
you're allowed to
25
say
people,
something I don't agree with, but
You know
then
what?
you're allowed to say something I don't agree with. So
I don't think Marcellus Wiley is the idiot we're talking about. I don't think Marcellus, he's not the idiot.
Who's the idiot?
We're talking to the idiot right now.
I'm the idiot?
Yes.
How am I an idiot?
The things that you're saying, you sound like Eric Reed. Like,
That's a
and he's not an idiot. He's a very intelligent dude.
I was about to say.
But the fact that he won't move past and try to do something, that mind boggles me. The fact that he's still upset.
Why
Like,
do you think
Eric
this man's
Reed,
not trying to do
Eric
nothing?
Reed is the guy that we all work with that complains every day, but he'll never say nothing. He'll never approach anybody about it. He'll never go to the suggestion box and drop a suggestion in it.
Why do you think he's not doing that?
That's because he don't do it. He doesn't. He hasn't said nothing about anything he's trying to do. All he does is get mad at people for doing things. The things that he probably should be doing. Like when the money Malcolm Jenkins took. He was mad about that. He was mad about the Roc Nation thing. Like, what isn't it that he's not mad about that they're trying to help him with? They were trying to help this guy with what he was trying to bring awareness to. But no, he's upset that we got to.
First of all, they wouldn't even be trying to help.
Number
Eric
one,
Reed didn't bring
Roc
attention to it.
Nation gives us a seat at the table.
Sure.
Across from guys that otherwise wouldn't hear us. I don't know about y'all, but I was never able to sit down with the CEO of my company one-on-one across the table from him. Nah, everything I got to drop it in the suggestion box. And then you never find out who comes down and empties that box out. You never see that person. It's like a guy that doesn't work for the company. He's like, he must come at night when no one's there and empty the box. It'll make it seem like, oh, all our suggestions are getting out there. No, the best way for someone to hear you is not to drop your suggestion in a box. It's to sit across the table from them. He's not sitting across the table from anyone. Eric Reed always does take a knee, and he gets angry for anyone that wants to sit across the table from someone and actually have a conversation on what can we do.
You guys are not speaking factual. Eric Reed donated money to places.
Right.
Like, it's not like he's not donating
Since you want to speak facts, let's tell us what places he donated money to.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? How is that not a question?
Like I said,
You said he donated money to places. Since you said about fact, I want to know what those places are. I'm not saying he didn't, because I don't know. But I ain't going to sit here and say he did if I don't know he did.
I did some research while you guys were talking.
Appreciate it.
There's not really a lot that I haven't really seen too much other than him talking, like getting on Malcolm Jenkins and just like
Guys that are actually doing actionable things.
he's just been sharpshooting everything. He hasn't really showed anything he's done.
Still waiting.
I'll look it up.
Google.
that might not be
Googleable.
Googleable. That might not. He doesn't do
All
all
this stuff is Googleable.
Look, the thing is, he's
No, but you Google Jay-Z right now, what he's done, it'll run down a list of things that he's done and a list of things that he hasn't that no one knows about.
Jay-Z
It's out there. When someone that's a celebrity does anything, it gets out there.
whether they
in
want
this
to,
world.
whether they wanted to.
Jay-Z is more of a public figure than Eric Reed, so his stuff is
I don't care.
easy.
A lot of people know. People that don't watch football know who Eric Reed is. He is way more of a celebrity now than he ever was.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, there's still not that many people outside of football that don't know who Eric Reed is.
People know who Eric
He's
Reed
up there
and
with
Kaepernick
He's
are.
up there with Kaepernick and Kaepernick.
People that don't watch football.
I'm saying, like, a lot of people don't know who Kaepernick is. Like, it's
lot of
still
people.
the
There's
core
a lot of
football
people that
fan.
know who that
A lot
man
of
is.
people that aren't football fans.
Kaepernick
The
can
name
get pulled over by
Kaepernick
anybody,
triggers
any
stuff
police
now.
officer. They're gonna know who he is.
I don't know, man. To see people at work every day that don't care about football and don't care about Kaepernick. Like it don't matter. But regardless, Eric Reed is the reason we're talking about this is because Eric Reed keeps bringing it up. The reason you're Ben Watson and Malcolm Jenkins is doing this stuff is because Colin Kaepernick took a knee and Eric Reed took a knee.
He's an ass. Right. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about because he's.
You can say that, but this money that's being contributed is being contributed because somebody spoke
Don't give
out.
all that credit to Eric Reed. There's people that when that came up with Kaepernick, everybody said, okay, we'll take a knee, we'll do the fist, we'll protest. But then what are we doing?
I said Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reed.
You keep saying Eric Reed. I'm not marrying them two together. Kaepernick started this thing.
Yeah, and then
Eric Reed kind of has to run with it now because Cap's not in the league or whatever his case is.
It wouldn't have fit if one person just did it.
I ain't got no problem with Eric.
Yeah,
I just think he's a jerk.
You keep calling him that sounds like a problem.
I don't want to fight the guy or something. I'm just saying.
If you call him a jerk to his face, you might have to fight him.
Because he's an ass. You're right. I didn't have to fight him. Because he's not going to he won't accept my opinion. Because he don't accept anyone's opinion. That's the only reason why we have to fight.
It's just his actions don't seem to match.
It's like now as a community. If I see your son doing something crazy outside of what he's supposed to be doing, I'm going to tell him, like, look, yo, don't chill out. Don't be an idiot. And I'm going to tell your dad that too. Like, and you would be okay with that because we're friends.
Yes.
But let me not be your friend. Let us just be two strangers. I want someone to correct my son if he's doing something bad.
Me too. I'm old school.
Exactly, but that's not how we work. Now that's a fight with a parent now. Works, now it's like, yo, I got my son. I'll take care of that.
I blame parents.
You see my son doing something dumb, please stop him. I want you to stop him. Eric Reed, someone's got to stop him. He's doing stupid. He's saying dumb things. He's hitting guys late. He's literally trying to injure guys because he don't agree with what they're saying about him.
He's not trying to injure nobody.
He injured a guy with a guy he had a Twitter battle with all week long leading up to their game. The hit was late. He was flagged on the hit. So we all know it wasn't an appropriate hit if he was flagged. We already know that.
Flagged for everything in the NFL now.
Stop.
You know?
You're being a jerk.
And now I'm being a jerk.
You're being a jerk too. Because you play football.
I'm telling
you already know.
And you know
do
the
things
game's
like that. The game is softer, but what he did was dirty.
It was not that dirty. Don't.
In fact, you gotta say it wasn't that dirty.
That dirty.
If you didn't think it was dirty, you would say it wasn't dirty. But you're not saying that.
You said it's not that dirty.
It's not.
I get it, man. You want to stick up for the guy. You like what he's doing.
It's just hard to support certain things, man. Like you love the movement, but sometimes he just doesn't match what he's selling, and it's just.
It shouldn't be a news story.
I ain't buying the shit he's selling right now. When he started kneeling, absolutely. But come on, he got to do something. He got to do something else. He don't want Jay-Z to have a seat at the table. He don't want... Oh, number one, the whole Roc Nation thing. If y'all missed it, Jermaine Dupree came out earlier this week and stated that Jay-Z never told him not to take a deal from the NFL. All they did was speak. And he said those words never came out of Jay-Z's mouth. And he wanted to correct that because people were saying it. And we were saying last week, he told Jermaine Dupree not to take this, not to do that. That wasn't the case. We need to get all the facts before we start saying, Jay-Z this, Jay-Z that, or he's a sellout. Nah. He's giving us a seat at the table. We'll see what happens.
Hold on. So facts are, he said in the phone call that Jay-Z called him and said, you know where I stand. What does that mean? You don't gotta tell me not to do something. If I disagree with something, if I call you...
JD is a grown-ass man.
But if I tell you, you know where I stand...
Which one is it?
If I tell you, you know
He's
where
a grown man. He can do what he wanted after that. I'm saying, if I called you and told you I didn't agree with something,
not to do it.
Is that going to stop you from doing it? If I called you and said, you know what, I don't agree with that.
That's your man.
Because we don't agree on a lot of shit.
It depends.
You and I don't agree on a lot of things.
On that level.
But you still go ahead and do it.
I'm riding, a lot.
You still going to ride with Eric Reed even though I disagree.
You know we accept each other's beefs half the time.
You boycotted Kanye West. I still listen to his last album.
But it's bigger than that.
You can tell me that you're not going to listen to it. What you say ain't going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
How many times have we accepted somebody's beef? Oh, man, B-Way don't talk to you. I can't talk to you. Red don't talk to you. I just unfriended somebody on the other day because of you.
Don't say because of me.
Like, it is what it is. Like, that's what we do.
Oh, because you made your own decision. I told you what happened. I said this happened.
You told me you ain't rocking with
I wasn't rocking with him. I was done.
So I'm done.
And you said you're done.
You gotta be done.
That don't happen with everybody and everything.
That's Jay-Z and
my point was you wouldn't even rock with that person if it wasn't for me anyway. The only reason why you rocked with that person because of me.
So what?
So then you're like, oh well, that ain't no love lost there. Like You went right on and like, oh, I'm done.
Not to cut you off, man, but we're getting close to the end here. Do you have an award this week?
I'm not giving out the award this week because I want to give it to Eric Reed.
Well, you basically did.
And I gave it to him twice already.
We'll give it to Marcelo.
I'm not giving it to Eric. I'm not handing one out because I don't think just because I disagree with Eric and how he's acting, I don't think he necessarily deserves it because those are just his beliefs. But I mean, there's times where I did give it to him where I felt like he deserved it. Maybe I was wrong then. I don't know. I'm just saying I do not feel like he necessarily deserves this because his opinion is different than mine. So I'm not gonna give it to him. But I do. Like I want to. I feel it. Like I want to give it to him. But I'm gonna give it to Jack for talking about the Power theme song that changed and I can't enjoy myself tonight.
You're not gonna enjoy it.
I'm just saying, like you ruined some things for me today.
I didn't ruin it.
I didn't take it personal.
Playing it would ruin it. So you're still gonna get that feeling. You like when it comes on. You still when you hear that the Stars logo comes up on the screen, that sound it makes, and then you expect to hear Joe start singing, and it doesn't happen. You be like, what the hell?
That's Joe singing.
Joe, that's Joe.
I never knew it was Joe.
You know, well, my bad for being weird and knowing Joe's voice. And when I look it up, I played it earlier. It's Joe and 50 Cent.
You a Joe fan?
Joe's up there on my. If I had made an R&B list, Joe would be up there, man. Really?
Not top 50.
What?
Top 50? I'm thinking top 10.
I didn't even know there were 50 R&B singers.
Oh, there's 50. There's 50 R&B
He's
singers.
gotta be 50.
He's not top 50.
Joe,
he's
man,
probably top 10.
God.
Joe had like 2 hits.
We don't do it off the hits, man. Joe.
Yeah, the whole album.
Joe had a run, man. Let me guess. He's more of a Brian McKnight guy. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah,
I hate Brian.
So you put Brian McKnight over Joe?
Brian don't even take his own kids.
Think about it, man. You
see that?
You got
his kids out there. That's why I brought him.
I didn't see that.
Brian McKnight got his kids out there tweeting about him, talking about he ain't taking care of us and nothing.
They said they're spoiled brats.
Yeah, but everyone's gonna have their own side.
Pure talent. You think Brian McKnight is better than Joe?
Oh, Brian can go, man. You saw him on the Martin episode when they proposed to Gina?
Come on, man.
Remember that episode?
That shit was weak.
What?
He was lip singing too.
Martin
was singing that.
Yeah, right.
He's top 10, top 15 for me, Joe. But that's just I'm not gonna make
R&B talking about we put MJ, Michael Jackson.
He's pop.
Definitely pop.
Definitely not.
He's pop. Why? Because white folks start liking him.
He's the king of pop.
Why do you always make this about color, man?
What is his name? What is his name?
Because as soon as another race likes him or something, now it's pop.
No, it's the style of music. R&B, rhythm and blues, and pop music. He made music for like the radio, poppy.
Rock With You is not
No.
pop.
That's early young Mike. I'm talking about.
That was still brown skin Mike too.
Yeah. Pop, is not.
Beyonce's pop?
Beyonce's R&B. And she's number one.
She's like hip hop.
She's number one on my
combination.
list.
How's Beyonce?
Beyonce might be the number one artist, period, for me.
And MJ's pop.
That's a whole nother episode.
What's Drake? Drake's pop.
Nother. We're not putting Drake in the R&B category.
No, Drake's not R&B.
Any person that uses the N-word, they can't be pop.
Well,
what?
Anyone that uses the N-word can't be pop.
Yo, Ja Rule and J-Lo had a pop hit using the N-word?
No.
I'm putting J-Lo over Joe.
What the hell is the name of that song?
Exactly.
No, it doesn't take away because I don't remember the name.
Ain't it funny?
They had a couple.
That's not a pop song.
Yeah, it was a pop song.
That is a pop.
That's
R&B?
That's not R&B.
First of all, you got a Cowboys hat on. Stop.
Hey, hold on. J-Lo's going over Joe on my list.
J-Lo? Yeah. She's pop.
She might be a little
definitely
pop.
She don't sing.
She
don't sing like that.
But she can't sing.
Well, yeah. But that's like she's in the same category as like Britney Spears and all them back
then. You think she's a singer? She's an entertainer.
I think she can sing.
She's an entertainer.
No. Plus, she stole.
Bobby Brown can't sing. He's an entertainer.
Bobby goes on my R&B list?
How?
No. That's the first good point.
He got hits.
That's the first.
But he's an entertainer.
Everybody's name so far is above Joe.
No, not Brian McKnight.
Sure ain't.
Not Brian McKnight.
You got a young fella in there. He probably never even heard of Joe.
He ain't never heard no one we're talking about.
Yeah,
he definitely heard of Brian McKnight.
He said that doesn't take away. They jump out that seat.
That don't take away. That don't take nothing away from Joe. Like I mean,
Joe's so bad, man.
So bad.
Like all his hits are like on other people's songs.
Yo, you're just the most disrespectful person of the day.
He's so bad. He's so bad.
So who's your number one? If like I don't need a list. Who's your go-to R&B singer? Like
R. Kelly still.
You know, not R. Kelly's gonna make the list.
No, he's not making the list.
R. Kelly's top 5.
He's not making my list.
He is top 5.
That's just a boycott.
You got to remove him from all the nasty stuff he's done for a second.
I'm about to say, he's definitely on
He's
everybody's
top 5.
But you're just talking about people going to jail that they can't play in the NFL, and you're bringing R. Kelly. You're saying R. Kelly's good to go on your list.
I'm not going to list to the guy, but he got to go on the list if you're talking about the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he got to go on the list.
When you talk about the greatest football players, you got to put LT on there. You can't call him a crackhead. Like he's a crackhead.
I mean, you got to put the asterisk next to R. Kelly's name though. Like, hey, R. Kelly
maybe the crack made him a good player though.
His music was about little girls though.
That part
I don't want to say that.
You can hear it in the lyrics.
Y'all tripping, man.
You hear it in the lyrics.
So he's your number one?
If you're getting out of that, a lot of his songs, they're about little girls, you're sick-minded. Not you. I'm just saying people.
I mean,
are we gonna do
not you. I'm saying people that.
I'm just saying I don't see
like
nothing wrong.
When I played, I played some R. Kelly. You know, when you're about to get in the groove, like you put something, you don't think in your mind, oh, some 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, I do.
I never thought about it.
I've never ever.
Because you don't take away from, like, once a person becomes that big, you don't take away who they are separated from the music. That's who they are.
When did you start thinking that?
Since way back when, since Jigga Kelly not guilty.
Never.
Since then.
Since somebody told me there's a video out there of R. Kelly peeing on a 14-year-old. That's when I tell you know what, this song I don't want to hurt nobody.
I actually seen the video. I still don't think it.
You think it was like digitally enhanced?
No, I think he peed on her. I'm saying that's terrible.
No, there's people out there that think that it was a fake video.
No, I think he peed. I'm saying I still don't have it in my mind with his music that it's about a little girl though.
He married Aaliyah when she was 6. However old she was.
Man, her family just
nothing wrong.
I mean, but let that shit go on.
No,
he was in his 20s at that time too.
So it was wrong.
He was 27.
27.
He was 27. She was 15. So yeah,
that's wrong.
That's a problem.
You can't separate stuff like that from the music, and when they're inferring to it in their music, it's kind of like, what am I doing?
And he wrote her first album that was called Age Ain't Nothing Number.
Classic album.
Yeah. And he's in the back chilling like a creep.
But I didn't know when that first came out that he wrote the album. And you don't know until
our generation didn't know that.
He's a musical genius.
So you don't even know. And you're like,
our
this
parents
dude is sick. Like he's a sick person.
What's the Chappelle line? He's a hero, but he rapes. He's a hero, but he rapes.
Man,
Stop. I don't want to laugh at that like rape funny because it's not.
It's not funny, but the whole bit is funny. But
yeah, in the context.
LL League scores. Are we going over?
LL League recap. Township did what they had to do. 43.
Oh man, let's go from the top, man.
Whoa. What do you mean from the top? I don't have nothing. I'm going on top of my head. My bad. You go from the top. You got it in front of you, do you?
I got it in front
of me. My bad.
I mean, we do got Township. Township beat.
Now let's go from the top.
You already started Township.
You already cut me off. Go from the top.
Like I said before, I'm really interrupted by a redhead guy.
I was interrupted first.
Hold on. He's in a fighting mood today.
Yeah, he don't do nothing wrong.
He ain't
get enough sleep. He didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yo, it's rebel Brandon with the beard, man.
He grew his beard out. He ready to fight people, man.
Like you're a biker. You're in the biker gang.
You always fighting.
He's like Anthony Mason. He's just like Anthony Mason. What's the problem, man?
Jack deserved everything he got.
No, I didn't. Man. I'm still like, my heart dropped. I'm like, D-Way wants to fight me. I'm like, damn.
It did tone him down a little bit. Like Jack immediately toned down. Like, damn, I might have just messed up.
Can we go through the LL League scores?
Start from the top.
Mayhem Township.
Start from the top.
Mayhem Township.
I thought I would start from the top when I said that.
Why you cutting him off?
Because he's gonna start from the top. We ain't gonna start with Mayhem Township because I said it. I can't say it, but he can. No, start from the top. Whatever the top was.
We're going Mayhem Township.
No, we're not. We're not.
Can we go Mayhem Township?
We're not. We're done.
I'll start somewhere else.
No, yes, please start somewhere else.
All right. In the Cedar Bowl, I think they call it the big rivalry game in Lebanon. Cedar Crest beat Lebanon 28-6. Hempfield against Dallastown. Hempfield won. This is for my Lancaster, Pennsylvania folks too, for all of us that know what we're talking about and where we're talking about the high school football. Hempfield beat Dallastown 26-3. It's a big win for Hempfield. To start the season off. Mayhem Township beat CD East 43-6. Township is picked to win the district this year, so they're all loaded. Red Lion beat McCaskey 39-14. How was that one? You guys attended that one. You guys attended that one.
Grown games?
They started a freshman quarterback, which I'm assuming when he gets a little older,
shout out to the former Wheatland Tiger. I knew about him.
Nah, he's from Lincoln.
I thought he went to Wheatland.
No, he went to Wheatland.
Pretty sure he went to Wheatland.
Yeah.
He had the little graduate thing when they were blue and white.
I'm just going off my source.
Nah,
told me she went to Wheatland.
Nah, that's reliable.
She tried to have a say in saying that she told him to go for varsity, but this is a 14-year-old.
Either way, he's 14. He's a starting varsity quarterback. I mean, I think he'll be legit when he gets a little older, a couple more games under his belt.
That's tough. Freshman.
But he took a lot of mistakes were made. It was ugly. Not gonna lie, like it was ugly. I left before halftime. I left with 6 minutes to go in halftime. It was way out of control.
Only 2 freshman quarterbacks I've been around and I saw start week 1 for their team was Chad Henne, who was now who's went on to be an All-American and ended up playing for Michigan. Now he's in the league for 13, 14 years. I think he's on the Chiefs now as their backup. And the other one I saw from Redline, actually, he played at Redline, was I want to say Chad Kelly, Jim Kelly's nephew.
Oh,
he's in the league now.
Yeah.
Broncos, I think. Oh, Jordan Steffi too.
That guy got in trouble on every level of football, imagine, and is still in the league.
He's only been in the league 1 year.
That's what.
No, he's been in the league a couple of years. He got drafted to the Broncos a couple of years. He was at the Broncos.
This is the second year coming up, I thought. No?
Nah, he played 2 years in the Broncos, got in trouble there, and they threw him out. And I think the Lions picked him out. So shout out to both of them, though. Pat Manning got a big win over Conestoga Valley. It's been the first time Pat Manning started week 1 in years, probably, since the Todd Milley era. Warwick, another one that's picked. Section 1 is going to come down to probably Township and Warwick. Or maybe you can never count out Wilson, too. But Warwick won 61-0 over Ephrata. Wilson, another powerhouse, beat Central Dauphin 21-13. Cacalico, who's also loaded with a Division I quarterback who's going to play at Rhode Island. I might be wrong. No, he's going to New Hampshire as a safety. But they beat Conrad Wilder 42-15. Elizabethtown beat Donegal 17-7. Daniel Boone beat Garden Spot 20-14. Lampeter Strasburg is loaded. People don't really know how loaded they are this year, but they are really good. What's funny about that?
Because who they beat?
It sounds like you got a first-hand knowledge.
I just want to know who they beat. What was the score?
No, they beat Spring Grove, who's out of York County. But they beat them 50-6. You put up 50, it makes people turn their heads. But they lost the quarterback in that game, so I don't know. I think he broke his leg, so I don't know how the backup is. But everywhere else in that field, they are loaded. Very physical up front, too, so they're going to make some noise in Central, too. In Section 2, with them and Cacalico and Mayhem Central. Mayhem Central beat Susquehanna Township. That's a big win for them. Susquehanna Township's always good, but Mayhem Central beat them 16-7. Shout out to that quarterback. I forget his name, but he's going to Rutgers next year. Northeastern beat Solanco. Are we happy about that?
Yeah. Hope they go 0-10.
That's personal.
It's not personal. I just, you come to our table and you don't talk, and I hope you go 0-10.
They talked.
All right.
Northeastern, there's a lot of black people with Northeastern probably down in Solanco.
And they had locker room material. Probably been in their locker since the beginning of the season.
No disrespect, man. I like
none. The AD was phenomenal.
Yeah, I like Coach Hall.
But that's all I can say about Solanco.
Anyway, Northeastern beat them 55-35, high scoring game. Milton Hershey beat Anvil Cleona 48-16. Anvil Cleona's pretty good. Columbia, big win, first time. Shout out to Coach Bud. They started out 35. They beat Eastern York 35-28 in the River Bowl. Called the River Bowl and play Eastern York. Get it? The river splits up the two schools.
That's great. Fun fact.
It's a great fun fact. The River Bowl. Susquehanna beat Elko 21-19. Pine Grove beat Northern Lebanon 50-8. Pottstown edge squeak one out over Octorara 14-13.
Squeak one out.
Okay,
Pause that one.
I'm not pausing, man. I'm telling you I'm grown.
Right.
Don't take that pause away. Go put it in the ocean. Let it float.
Let it float?
Let it float.
Pause.
Kennedale Woo, Kennerdale beat Peckway Valley 55-6. Kennerdale put up 55
We're just doing
points.
LL League, man.
Peckway Valley.
I'm not up to.
You're not even paying attention, man. Go back and look at your phone, man.
My bad. I was looking for the song to go out, man. Cause we're going out, man.
And shout out to them.
I want to know when you became able to choose all the songs. Like, wasn't that?
That's my thing. Like, you got the award.
Nah, that's not
he
your
gets
thing.
to do the intros. It is my
Wait,
thing.
can I get one of the biggest shout outs of the
Do it.
I like your
Like,
selection.
Do it.
Lancaster Catholic beat Camp Hill 39-25. Shout out to the Crusaders. You already know.
That's it?
Yes.
Why so excited?
Were you at the bottom of the list, or you wanted to say them last?
I wanted to say this. I wanted to say the best for last.
That's nice. Must be nice to do whatever you want.
You know, I can do that.
I can't talk about the team I want to talk about first, but you can talk about whoever you want to talk about last.
How many times have I said we can go first with you?
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
I know it's cool.
I know how you. I know kind of. Jack put you in a bad mood. That's all it is. You gonna try to take it out on everybody. That's how it is. That's how it is. That's how it
We
is.
have to fight after the show, man.
Man.
Nah, he just needs time.
Look, man.
He's emotional.
Are we done? We out of here?
I mean, you tell us.
I'm not even giving y'all shout
Hey,
outs.
You tell us.
Tell me.
I'm not even
You
giving y'all shout outs.
This show is modern day slavery right here.
Nobody's getting shout outs today. We're just out of here, man. Stay laid up, stay prayed up.
Hey, hold on, real quick.
Oh,
yeah, go fund me.
Hey, for folks listening, make sure we
You don't get his music.
no, TCP is we have a GoFundMe account up. I'm not sure. You know what it is, Dixon?
I'm looking for the link now to share it.
The link will be shared on our page, but we are raising money to do our first TCP live event in partnership with Triad Media, which is a big time facility down there in it's here in Lancaster, but it's right down on what street is that? It's by your crib, Jack. But anyway, it's a big $1 million facility. People come from all over to record there, and we got a partnership with them, and we're trying to raise enough money so we can be able to shoot our first TCP live show, which will be aired on TV, internet, wherever you guys want to look for it. It'll be live, and that'll be our first TCP live show. So make sure you guys get a chance. If you get a chance, any donation helps or matters. So we'll have that posted on our Facebook page later, on the Opinionated Facts Facebook page, Twitter page, and Instagram page. I gotta get better at social media.
You and me both, and Jack.
I'm pretty good at it.
If anybody want to run Opinionated Facts social media, let us know.
I'm gonna put it in the comments right now.
It'll be in the comments right now. Make sure you can click on there.
Is that a paid
for
position?
the GoFundMe account. We'll pay you if you want to run Opinionated Facts.
Is that like a conflict of interest?
If you want to run Opinionated Facts social media page, hit us up. It's a paid position, man. We're out of here, man. Stay laid up, stay prayed up, stay out the way. Listen to what some old folks got to say. Jay's gonna shut us down, man.
I think that just happens on the intro, man.
I'm never changing. Nah.
You gonna keep fucking with him. No, we're not live, are we?
Yeah, we were.
Don't keep messing with Jay, man. We already talking about Blue Ivy. We ain't never gonna title man.
No. Don't say
No,
wait.
we ain't talking about.
I
We
already
didn't
talked
talk
about
about Blue Ivy. You talked about Blue Ivy, dog.
We ain't